We will start off. Our first company today is Caligoo, which makes a mobile customer journey software platform. And we have with us Nicola, Iotti, the CTO and co-founder of Caligoo.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Nicola Iotti. And let's see if we can see the slides here. Okay, it seems like I need the slides here, is it possible? Okay. Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Nicola Iotti. I'm a co-founder of Caligoo, and I just moved to Bend from Italy, where I started working in IT in 2004, when we created another company that now is the main Wi-Fi service provider in Italy, with more than 20 million of registered users. With that other company, we manage Wi-Fi for big customers, for example, retailers, shopping malls, hotels, and we've seen in the last couple of years all those big brands trying to use Wi-Fi and other technologies in order to improve customers' experience. And they failed. We have a customer in Italy which is like Best Buy in the United States. They activated Wi-Fi in stores in order to improve customers' in-store experience. Now customers go to the store, take a look at the TV that they like, they use the Wi-Fi in order to buy the same TV on Amazon. So basically, the brand wanted to activate a service for the customers, but actually, he is providing a service to the competitor. So the point is that despite all the technologies available, big brands are failing in improving customer experience because they don't really know their customers. They don't understand what's going on inside their location. Now, the problem is that if you want to understand your customers, you must first understand that the world is changing. Silently, quietly, but fast and radically. Now the separation between the real world and the online world is vanishing. Because the way we use this, smartphones. Okay? Now it's hard to tell if you are living a real experience or an online experience. You climb on top of a mountain, you get tired, there is cold, your experience is very real, then you take a picture, smiling, and post on Facebook. And your experience becomes online, okay? When I first checked in the BBC, they gave me this. Probably everyone has one, okay? What is written here? Download the app, because now it's natural to link the physical experience, the real experience, to the online experience. So when you go to Best Buy, and in front of a TV, you start browsing on open Amazon web app, for example, mobile app. Now, as a customer, are you living a real experience or an online experience? Neither of those is a new type of experience. And if you are not able to understand this new hybrid experience, you have no chance to understand your customers. But if you are able to know how this new world works, then you have the power. The power to take the right action in the right time, the power to engage and interact with your customers, the power to build their experience. And that's what Caligoo does. Caligoo takes the customer experience and the user experience in general to the next level, merging real world and online world. And we already rolled out our solution in Italy for major customers, for example, McDonald's, for example, Virgin Fitness Club, one of the largest banks in Italy, Duty Free, one of the largest airports in Italy. And what we do for those customers? We know what's going on into their location. We know what people do, what people like, what people need, what they think. We know who they are, who their customers are. They were in the dark. They were struggling in order to have this information. They were investing money in complex hardware solutions, like installing cameras or sensors, people counters, beacons, or doing surveys, interviewing people, but data were already there. We installed our software platform, pure software, very nice and easy, a clean and simple approach. And then let me walk you through a few examples of what we've done for McDonald's or Virgin or airports in Italy. First, we can detect how people is moving inside the building, inside the location, inside the store, where they spend time. For a fitness club, it's important to understand if you like to run on the treadmill or if you like to swim, or if you like to spend time in the locker room with your friends. You are a different type of customer. For a restaurant, it's important to understand how long does it take to have a table. For an airport, it's important to know how long is the waiting time for the security check. And we know this information. For example, just analyzing the Wi-Fi network. Your useless Wi-Fi network, that now is important. And it is already there. You already paid for it. Okay? Then we can analyze what's happening in the online world, analyzing the internet traffic, in order to know people. We know if they like sports, which sport. We know if they like music, if they like movies, for example. If they are gamers, we can guess their age. We can understand if they are part of a family. We know them. And then, the most interesting part, we can make this knowledge that we build merging the real and the online world actionable. We give our customers, the brand, the power to interact with, with their customers. The power to take the right action the right time. Now we can transform this guy into your guide for your airport experience. We can tell you, go and have lunch to that sports bar, sports restaurant, because we know that you are not going to miss your flight, we know that you are hungry, and we know that you like football, and it is Monday night. Now your Wi-Fi makes sense. Now your mobile app makes sense. Now your loyalty program makes sense. And the brand, our customer, can boost his revenues and can also find new revenue streams, because based on the knowledge that we build, also other technologies make sense. IoT makes sense. Augmented reality makes sense. Okay? Third parties application makes sense and can be able to generate other revenues for the brand. So we started making business in Italy. Now we are expanding our business to United States. From here, from Bend, because we found here a perfect match, thank you to the relationship with Seven Peaks Ventures, and also because we are building our US leadership team, and here we found great, talented people, and the market is huge. Market is huge because everybody is talking about customer experience. Microsoft, Salesforce, by the way, we already integrated with Salesforce. And this is triggering huge investment. One single cruise ship company, one single potential customer, just invested $2 billion in order to improve customer experience during the cruise, based on a technology based on wearables, without even considering that you already have this guy in your pocket, 1,000 times more powerful. Disney just invested $1 billion. And the customer experience is just the top of the iceberg, because if we consider all the companies that are trying, all the brands that are trying to innovate their real and online asset, the market is even larger. We sell our products either directly or through partner, and the core of our revenues is basically an annual subscription. We also have activation fees and consulting activities. And we have customers, high-tech companies, but focused on a specific technology, focused on the Wi-Fi, focused on the mobile app, focused on the loyalty programs. So they cannot have, they have a limited vision. They cannot build knowledge of the context. They cannot understand what's going on in real time. And the R&D team is based in Italy, and we are building our leadership team here in the United States. We already have revenues. We are not far to close 1 million this year. We plan to double revenues every year, and in particular, one of our milestones will be having, in the first year of activity here in the United States, a few selected relevant cases, a few selected big customers that can be relevant for our growth, basically. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicola. Pam, would you like to start us off, please?
So attribution is a huge issue in the digital landscape, and so being able to connect the physical
Correct.
with the digital is very exciting. Can you talk a little bit about actually how the consumer engages with this, or how the vendor, the retailer engages with it? What's the experience?
Yeah, this is very important because, building the knowledge is just the beginning, okay? But you have to make this knowledge actionable. You make the brand able to interact with the customers, okay? And so we have many ways to interact with the customers. Well, we can use the mobile app, for example, which is already integrated in our platform, so we can interact with them using the mobile app of the brand. We are not app developers. We can actually make the brand's app able to be part of this journey. And we can also use like chatbots, so software able to reply in chat like it was human. And also we can use other systems like the wallet. It is a native application inside the iOS system, or we can engage the staff members. So we have many ways to interact with the customer. And in particular, it depends on the type of business. So the way to interact with the customer for a bank is different than the way to interact with the customer of a restaurant, okay? But the key point is that the brand is now able to build the customer experience in real time, and we can, in real time, monitor how the customers are reacting to this journey. When the brand is losing the customer during this path. So the brands basically has one target. They want to bring their customers in this specific state. It could be open a bank account or buy more food. Okay, we can help them in order to build this experience and monitor in real time this experience, which includes inviting them, sending them coupons, or sending them special notifications through the mobile app, or controlling screens inside the restaurants that can change the images they are showing depending on who's in front of them. So there are many ways to interact and to build this experience across the real and the digital world.
Thank you. And can you talk a little bit about what permissions the user would need to provide for this to be truly effective?
Okay, this is a very important topic.
Privacy and GDPR. And
this is a very important topic. Thank you for.
If you can quickly.
Yeah, thank you for bringing this. Okay, so I think I am a privacy fanatic. Okay, 2 weeks ago I went to Starbucks here, and I realized that they were asking my email address in order to give me access to the Wi-Fi. I just turned it off the Wi-Fi, and they lose the chance to have to know me. Okay, like other million of people. But when I just arrived here in Bend, and I tried to understand what we could do here, I went to the visitor center here in downtown, and I asked the guy, "Oh, I just arrived. What can I do here in Bend?" He said, "Oh, you can do a lot of stuff. What do you like?" Then I was more than happy to tell him that I like hiking, for example, that I have 2 kids, so I want to build an experience for them. So, why? Because I was happy to share this information, because we were building my Bend experience. So people actually, if you ask information from them, the key point is provide services for them.
Providing something of value,
Yeah.
then people will be willing to share
That's the
more
point.
info than they would.
Yeah,
at
and we are not interested in names or ages, etc.
Okay.
We are just interested in building the profile of the device.
Okay. Thank you. Eric?
Yeah, so one question I had. First of all, it was a very compelling presentation, because I'd spent some time on the website and was kind of trying to figure out, what is kind of the core of what you do. And it seems like there's a lot of applications to it, which was interesting. That can also, just from my experience, that can also make it sometimes a challenge from a sales standpoint. Can you talk a little bit more about your just tactical go-to-market? Like, how are you selling this? Who are you selling it to? And because I imagine there's lots of different parties involved.
Yeah.
That all have to come together in order to kind of get really the value out of it. So can you talk a little bit about how are you getting, because you're clearly selling it, but how are you getting those done?
Yeah, great question. Thank you, because that's true. So since we work in a kind of infrastructure layer, you can apply this infrastructure to many different verticals. For example, for the United States, we are focused into retailers, food and beverage, and let's say travels, like cruise ships, for example. And we choose those specific applications. But our go-to-market strategy is, of course, driven by the contacts that we are able to develop, okay? So we must be very open on the application. And since this is a platform that cannot be sold door to door, you have to find the right entry point, which is probably the marketing in this period of time, okay? So as soon as we will be able to build this networking and connection, and we will understand which will be the more promising vertical, then we can narrow and stay most focused on that specific vertical. So that's why we are focused for this first year of activity in the United States to close few relevant deals with few relevant customers.
Maybe to help, could you give an example of what the best use case that's coming up that you're most excited about that kind of demonstrates how it will be used?
Yes, we got one of the largest banks in Italy, and we provide them this tool, and now they are, for example, sponsoring concert, okay? And that's what they did before, just sponsoring a concert, hoping that someone will look at the logo. Now, when you buy the concert ticket and you store your ticket in your smartphone, we can wake up this ticket when you are close to a branch office. At this point, this is the starting point of the customer journey. You are close to an office, but we already know something about you. You know that you like that type of music. AI helps us to guess your age, and in general, to start building your profile. And the marketing guys at the bank use this as a starting point of your journey and build a journey. It could be, let's change the ticket, the concert ticket, into a notification and inviting you to enter the branch office. Then, in the same time, I can send a notification to the staff inside the office that someone is entering, and is not an unknown guy. It's someone that already has a little bit of information about this, about the concert. And then we can define the experience, which includes also screens inside the branch offices. And the target is bring this guy from this concert ticket to opening a bank account. In real time, the marketing guys from the bank can see how people is reacting to this journey, okay? In percentage, how many people, maybe you send the wrong notification and instead of entering the branch office, goes away. So let's change that step of the journey in order to bring as more people as possible into your target state.
Great. So you thought you were going to a Britney Spears concert and you end up with a new credit card and bank account.
Correct.
See, okay. That's great. Pam, do you have another?
Sure. So it sounds like, based on Eric's question, are you going to be focusing on channel partners, or are you going to have a head of sales that are going to try to, close those accounts? What's the initial strategy?
Well, at the beginning, we are trying to have a direct relationship with the customer. So stay focused on 3 or 4 key customers, 3 big brands, relevant customers that can be approached directly. Okay. We are also open to another strategy, which could be through partners, could be system integrators, for example, people that already build a Wi-Fi network inside the shopping malls, and they can sell on top this service because they are also struggling in order to bring value to what they already sold. And this is important for revenues, but for the strategic point of view, we think that having a direct relationship with 2 or 3 big brands is more valuable for investors and for future customers.
Terrific. Well, let's have a few audience questions. Who would like to have a question for Nicola? Yes, please. Yeah, you in the blue shirt.
Up here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll get the box.
Hi, you mentioned AI briefly. I'm assuming you've got AI and machine learning as part of it.
Yeah.
And then the second part of the question is, are you gathering a lot of information? Because the content in and of itself could become a value product you could end up using and selling as you leverage that. Is that part of your strategy, or are you just going to be doing subscriptions and sales? You're going to take advantage of that as you go forward?
So, thank you for the question. This is another important part of our approach. So, from our point of view, AI now and in the future will be a commodity. So you don't have to build a new algorithm for you. the key point is collect the right data, and this brings me to the second part of the question, and organize the data in the way they can be actually analyzed using the right available algorithm. So the key point is collecting the right data, and this is not easy, and this is also a key characteristics of our team. So our team is made by researchers specialized in different areas. We got ITs, we got networking, we got mobile computing, and data analysis. So, because the importance is to make the environment able to modify itself in order to support the customer's experience. So you have to involve smart objects. And this implies that you must be able to discover smart objects, perform protocol translation. So make easy the interaction with the object without forcing users to install any software. So you need to be IoT ready. You need to be also on mobile computing. So the key point is be able to build your infrastructure modular in order to be able to interact with many different technologies and collect heterogeneous data and then use available artificial intelligence algorithms.
Super. Thanks for going through that. So who has the smart object in the balcony? Yes.
Okay, so as a consumer, this is really, really exciting. I really like the idea of this responsiveness.
Thank you.
My question has to do with the data. Who owns the data? Do you own it and you're providing the companies access to it? Do you have a retention policy? What does that look like?
Okay, thank you for this question, very important. Well, our approach is that our customer, so the brand, owns the data. And I believe that just a few words on this point. In our experience now, each brand is very jealous about the data. He wants to keep his data, and that's good, no problem for us. I think that in the future, this will trigger another market, which is correlating different data. So if airports, hotels, restaurants, large venues like convention centers or stadium arena can actually share and sell this data in order to build a customer experience that is actually cross-brand, so can involve different brands. So anyway, our approach is that our customers own the data.
Okay. Super. Thank you for clarifying that. I think we're out of time, so let's give Nicola a big thank you.
Thank you.
And also, it's worth thanking him and his colleagues for bringing their business to Bend. It's wonderful to have the business here in Oregon.